Hello, my name's Andy Elliott and I'm from HVA Factory. I want to take you through the assembly of the primary kick clutch cover from about 1982 to 2002. There's a few variations. This is the two-piece clutch cover, which we're covering in the video. That's okay. That's perfectly acceptable for the video you're watching. And also the liquid cooled clutch cover up to 1988. But the one we're actually going to do tonight is the air cooled clutch cover. This is one of our reproductions, and I'm going to show you how to assemble everything into the case. So first we start with the Kickstart spring, and then the quadrant plate with its screws. So I'm going to drop that over the end of the spring and assemble the screws, and if we were doing this for real, we'd use some Loctite here to make sure they can't come loose. Okay, so that's done. Next is the Kickstart shaft, and this is one of our reproductions with a few upgrades which I'll go into as we continue. So we just simply slide the Kickstart shaft in and engage the end of the spring. Okay, this is all brand new and greased up, so it's a little bit stiff and slow to return at the moment. So next, it's important to fit the kickstart, and it doesn't matter at this stage whether the kickstart's in the correct position. So all I'm going to do is to rotate it slightly anti-clockwise and hold the kickstart shaft in with the palm of my hand. So on goes the kickstart in the top position. Like I say, don't worry about where the kickstart's going at the moment. We will be coming back to that to put it into the right place. So now on goes the circlip, and next I'm going to fit the pull spring into the kickstart shaft and the pull. Okay, so this is correct in the pull is closing completely against the quadrant plate. Okay, and as I rotate the kickstart, you can see that begins to open. Obviously the kickstart's in the wrong position, so I'm going to deal with that now. And the reason for not doing this earlier was because if you completely wind up the kickstart spring, it will go down between the gap between the kickstart shaft and the casing, and you'll find it impossible to continue. So with my palm against the kickstart shaft, I'm going to now remove the circlip, reposition the kickstart, and fit the circlip. Okay, so this is correct. The pull is closed, and with the kickstart in the out position, it's completely against the end of the quadrant plate. And then as we rotate the kickstart around, it will pick up the gear, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. And that's rotated to its full extent, which is down as far as the gear lever shaft. Okay, so if I fit the bearing and the kickstart gear, just to demonstrate to you that that's completely free in both directions, and then as I rotate, it picks up the pull to give you the ratchet. Okay, those need to be assembled into the engine for the assembly of the clutch cover. We'll cover that in a separate video. So the thing to do at this time is to insert the gear change shaft and fit the gear lever. This is one of our longer gear levers which go with our wider footrests, and we also do a standard length gear lever in the same style. There are a few variations. There are different kickstarts. This is the aluminium kickstart, and you'll note that I've used this style of kickstart stop, but there are also a different kickstart retainer for the steel round kickstart and for the crank kickstart. The kickstart retainer for the later case is a completely different animal, and the hole centers are different, and that is specific to the two-piece clutch cover. Okay, this goes to 2002. So there you have a fully assembled clutch cover, and that's ready to go onto the engine. We've also added a 5mm screw in the end of the kickstart shaft. This is so that should you lose the circlip, you won't lose the kickstart.